Hopefully this will be okay. Just kind of listening to a little EDB about the whole Colin Albert situation. Apparently he passed preschool. So proud of him. He passed the preschool that the Army set for him. Um, I can't believe he had to go to the preschool. I mean, I took the ASVAB once and the score was good. It was good enough to where it was in like a big recruiting center. They fought over the Navy people and the Army people were like, no, this person's coming here. I'm like, what the heck? Because the person that I had spoken to didn't show up to the thing, so I was pretty much free game. But yeah, it was, how could he not? I mean, it's, oh God. It's like one of those tests where it's like, hey, is there such thing as clouds? Yes, you pass. You know, it's not difficult. I mean, I don't know. Maybe nowadays it's different. Let me shut up. Maybe nowadays it's different. I feel like the judge in the case is a little iffy at best. Like either somebody has got to him or he's got some kind of weird, I don't know, some kind of weird attitude, or does he know the McAlberts? Like, I can't figure out what's going on with the judge. At first he was okay. He wasn't perfect. None of them are, but he was okay. Like he seemed to be trying. But it's gotten to the point now where he's showing colors maybe he shouldn't be showing. And it's weird. He's showing, you know, his bias is showing a little. I cannot understand how it's just okay and how these judges have this level of just sheer power that they can say or do pretty much anything they want. They can take something that they've gotten completely wrong, like the Carney tweet, and they just make it true. Yeah, thank you, Care. Thank you. You know, he's making true something he was clearly wrong about. And somehow, at least in Massachusetts, like I don't know about anywhere else, somehow it's just okay. They have a weird and scary amount of power. Look what Canoni was doing. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. I mean, look at what Canoni was doing, you know, during both of Reed's persecutions. It was blatant. It was out there. It was clear. There was no mistaking it. But she could just do it. And it didn't matter. And then when you want that person recused, you need that person to be off of the case because there is very clear and blatant bias. The person who decides that is them. How does that, oh my God, how does that even work? It's like when the police department investigates themselves. What? You know, what, why? How? know what? If the police department can investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing, if the judges can investigate themselves and decide they don't need recused, then why are the criminals not trying and judging and sentencing themselves? It doesn't make sense how this can all happen. There should be, there should be a broad citizen review in everything that these entities are doing, considering it's our money that pays their bills. It's our money they're taking in a paycheck. But the taxpayer has no say at all. They don't have a say in the judges. The judges are appointed. They're not voted on. If that were the case, I believe Cannoni would have probably been out of there a long time ago, and this guy wouldn't get reelected. He has been, and please somebody tell me if I'm wrong, because maybe I haven't been paying enough attention, but doesn't it seem like the Reid team is really taking an absolute amount of duty from this guy? That he's bringing Carney into things that Carney doesn't need to be brought in on. He's saying this tweet. Well, you know what? Journalists get tips. Journalists get information from informants, and they don't give up their sources. I mean, that's the whole thing. And he is a real journalist. He's not a Machado in all this. Okay, he's an actual real journalist. He looks at the things, he checks them out, he does his best. And he tweets something hours before it's ever let out because, he's got the scoop on it. And this judge says, oh, well, I may have been, whatever. Like, did he even admit he was wrong? Or did he just kind of dance around it? But he doesn't care. He's like, oh, the spirit of my order. Well, Puke, no. Your order was not messed with. Your order was not disregarded. So what is this thing about the spirit of an order? Who cares about the spirit of an order? That's like me telling my dog to sit, and then when she sits but she leans a little, I get mad at her because the spirit of the command I've given her has been broken. Stupid. I know, I'm no expert. I'm far from it. I am not, I'm not well versed on the laws and how these things are done. I'm just a member of the public looking in, through a window that looks like it's been purposely fogged up. And it's weird. I don't know how to express, in legalese, like what's happening. That we'll leave that to, the mighty Betero. But how can this possibly be happening? And this happens in so many different pieces and parcels of things where there is power where there shouldn't be, kind of thing. I mean, take YouTube, of all things. Hello, YouTube, you're listening, and I'm talking about you. Like Queen Jolene. Queen Jolene got a age restriction on her live stream, and the age restriction came because, hi Rosalind, the age restriction on her live came because of Machado's language. Yet Machado isn't being restricted. No matter how many people report her, and you know they do, you know she's been reported. So how is she getting away with it? I mean, how did J7 blatantly get away with saying that the victims of Sandy Hook were crisis actors? How is she just blatantly just getting away with? How? It's the same thing. It's on a different scale, sure. It's in a different arena, okay. But it's the same thing. These judges, they get away with this. They just, oh, you know, I don't know. The House defendants say that the clouds are purple today, so we're going to go with that. And since the Reid team doesn't believe that the clouds are purple, we're going to yell at them for half an hour. What? It doesn't make sense. You know, oh, well, he believes that this person, we'll say person, got no evidence of that either, that emailed him or sent him the tweet, the Carney tweet, finagled the timestamp on it. And in doing that, he just isn't bright enough, I guess, to look at what time zone was put on there. And then refuses to admit that he is completely wrong. Rosalind says, YouTube is a weird place. Some people never get the heat, which tells me the so-called reporting isn't really happening. Well, I can tell you this. I do, in fact, know for an absolute fact that Machado, on some of her worst things, was reported. And I do know for a fact, an absolute fact, that J7 saying that those kids, talking about Sandy Hook, I'm just going to put it like that. I know for a fact that was reported. You know how I know? Because I'm the one that reported it. Like, I know other people did too, but I did. I admit it. I sure did. I don't like to. Those are the only two people I have ever reported, ever in YouTube history, which just because this is a new channel doesn't mean I don't have. And nothing. I don't get it. I think that maybe, I don't know. You know, and the fact that, and like with Machado, the fact that she punches down, she goes after people. She goes hard after people that are smaller than her. It's disgusting. I mean, let them come after me. And that is definitely one way to know, because I damn sure did it. So, and I will blatantly say I did it. But I mean, like, let them come after me. I'm a dinky tiny channel. I should be easy to take down. Oh my. It should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You know, dox me, call my job. I want them to call my job. Call it. Because I want my boss to answer the phone. And I want my boss to fire me. The only problem is that I'm not sure if I can legally fire myself off of a phone call, or do I need to give me a written warning? I don't know. I'll have to figure that out as soon as they call my boss, which, by the way, is me. Come after me. Come after my job. Please, for the love of God, I need to give myself a day off. Seriously, I'm like, I'm a taskmaster. It's horrible. Somebody save me. Let them come save me. Let them call my job and save me. You are so patient. I wish I could slow down to get this detail. Thank you. This is what I do when I'm trying to make sense of the world around me, and I smudge, and it's okay. Because the smudges will be covered eventually. But I try to figure out the world around me, and and the more I try to figure out, the more I find I'm not capable. Oh, I have cut a few of your streams. Really enjoy them. Thank you so much. Or are you talking to Rosalind? I don't know. Either way. Talking to Roz because Roz is the bomb. Let's see, what color is this? Sky? I'm trying to do cool colors in here. Fun times. But I don't. This judge. Does anybody, either one of you guys, have you figured out anything about this Gildea, whatever his name is? Anything about him? Like, I know that Melanie, Queen Melanie, our Queen of the Yacht Club, said that she didn't, as far as I know, mention what the suit was about, but that he is involved in a case where he and Brian Albert and somebody else, I guess, are co-defendants. Wouldn't that just automatically take him off of this case? I mean, I believe Queen Melanie. She didn't know what it was about. She said, do your own research. I looked, I couldn't find it. I'm not familiar with looking up the court system. So I'm just not familiar with any of that. But wouldn't that automatically disqualify him from this case? These mean streets of YouTube. You know what? Don't even worry about the mean streets. You rock, and that's what you're allowed to do. You're allowed to rock. Yeah, please look into it. I like watching other people look into the stuff because I can run my gob about it, sure. And say, "Oh, I don't think this is right," or "My goodness, this looks wrong." It's the people that know how to look into those things that matter more than I ever will. And so much respect. So much respect to that. But it's just, I can't figure the guy out. Something is off. And Judge Crow, there, yeah, that was the other person. Thank you so much. You see how good I am at doing that, but I feel like even those of us that aren't good at looking up like court system stuff, I don't know anything about the court systems, but if people like me looking at these things is saying, that's interesting at best, then clearly the people in the know, well, they must know something's wrong. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Well, you can be in here all you want, because I am not just a taskmaster with myself on the job that I hope they call so I can find a way to fire me. But I won't let anybody like do like they do in other places, come in and start being a jerk. Yeah, bye. I won't allow it. Like, if somebody's rude to you, freaking say it. And I'll be like, okay, bye. I'm not gonna let you do that. If they want to play that game, they can go start their own channel. Or they can go play on J7s. I mean, clearly it's okay to lie and be a jerk there. So if I have the case number, do I just like slam the case number into Grok? Or because I am absolutely, when I say unfamiliar with court systems, I mean I am unfamiliar. Like, I've never, oh, sorry. I have never been arrested. I've never had any like court dealings, as it were. I don't even think I've had any friends that have been arrested. Like, I don't know. Or even been part of like a court case. The closest thing is my dog getting put in her crate for being a jerk. And that was when she was a pup. She hasn't been in her crate in 7 years. I don't know, I just feel like if somebody is as ignorant as I am to the ways these systems work, can look at it and say, this system is failing, then clearly the system is failing. Oh, yeah, somebody did mention mass courts. Okay. Yeah, somebody mentioned, who mentioned that? Somebody did. I'm sure quite a few people did, actually. But and like, I was watching Lauren, and this is after J7 pulled her Sandy Hook line and like knocked Kane off of everything for the 12 hours. And he immediately went on Lauren the Link. He wasn't the kindest to her, and that's fine, that's him. But her and Valhalla were being so kind to him, offering to help, telling him, hey, look, this is what we see happening. We're more than willing to help you out. And there he is that night, just on with her again. I don't understand it. I don't. So much rotten business is coming out of Massachusetts. It's hard to. I don't know. Is it that bad there? Like, do you live there? Is it that bad? Is it? Are the people there really this? This not good? Rock will tell you where to go sometimes. I would think the community would have it available. Probably. Very likely. I would think the one person that would have like everything under the sun would probably be Emily C. Like, she's really been on top of the game. It's just, I don't know. maybe it's just me, like being so inexperienced when it comes to like legal things. And I mean, I've watched some big trials in my day. Don't get me wrong. The OJ trial, yes, I'm that old. I was glued to the OJ trial. I mean, that was like America's introduction to televised court, I think. Um, the Susan Smith thing, I was glued to the, I love DUI guy. Like the Susan Smith thing, I was glued to the media of it, but they didn't really have a whole televised court thing going on for that, of course. Um, but that was the Menendez brothers. I was all kinds of into that. You know, there's been a lot of like media coverage, and OJ was like the introduction to televised court. And I've never understood the legalese of it, but I can look and I can see right and wrong. You know, any of us can't. I can see right and wrong. I can see when something looks shady, and I don't mean no harm, but Gildea, whatever he's going by these days, he's kind of shady. You know, I didn't think so at first. I thought, okay, he's just trying to be fair to everybody. But then he's like, oh, well, Aiden Carney's a journalist? Okay, then Proctor doesn't have to come. What? So, if a journalist has sources, then he can just say people don't have to show up to depositions. Okay, what? You know, and how long is the man going to hide out in the loony bin? How long is he going to hide out? How long is he going to be allowed to hide out in the macadamia ranch? Because it doesn't make sense. If that was me or you or any other average whoever on the street, they would have torn us up for that. You know, we wouldn't have been given a chance. We wouldn't have been offered to just not come. That wouldn't have happened. It's just like the McAlberts. If somebody was found in my yard, do you think anybody would say, oh, well, no reason to go in there? They would stormtrooper their way in here. Probably take my dog out on their way in. Like, I don't. It feels so dirty. It feels so weird, and I'm having the world's worst time figuring it out. And I've had people tell me before, you just don't worry about it. You know, it's not here. It's not you. Don't worry about it. Here's the problem with that kind of thinking, is it can be you at any given moment. It can be you. It can be you. It can be your sister. It can be your cousin. It can be anybody in your circle. It can be us. And at least in seeing it, at least making an effort to understand it, or at least know what could be coming. Look at Aaron Spencer. Yeah, thank goodness it got dismissed. But that could have been anybody protecting their child. And Arkansas is a state where defending yourself is not just allowed, it's expected. It's absolutely expected. You know, defending yourself, your kids, your dogs, defending your goats, like defending any of it, defending the trees that line your driveway. Literally, expected. It just is. And look what happened to him. The case has so many similarities. These dirty, seemingly dirty, allegedly dirty. I don't know how to phrase it. I mean, Gilday being a co-defendant with Krupp and Albert being part of a case he's supposed to make decisions on. This, it feels sticky. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It feels sticky. And as much as Queen Melanie is able to explain things, and Emily D. Baker, nobody's pulling the wool over that woman's eyes. But I mean, I don't know. Then you've got Betterow, and it makes you feel so good when you hear somebody reading off, one of his mega motions, the letteros from Betterow. It makes you feel good about it. You're like, yes, they cannot deny any of what Betterow is saying. And then they do. And he's done nothing but tell the truth, cite his sources, the whole 9 yards. These are gel. Some are metallic gel and some are glitter gel. So I don't know if you can kind of see the glitter shimmer in the light. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off base. Maybe I'm like super boring with my take on things. It just, from an outsider looking in with no legal experience, it just all looks so sticky. I don't understand how our world has gotten to this point. But it has. We are here. Hey, Bailey girl. Bailey girl. What are you doing? My dog has entered the chat. She loves to sit next to me when I'm in my art chair and just have me put my arm around her. So I end up trying to do everything one-handed. It's okay, though. She's cute. I always say it's a good thing God made her cute, because, damn, she can be annoying. Oh. I smudge the ink, but as I go, I end up covering the smudges, so I stopped worrying about that a long time ago. Bailey, please stop hitting the stand. Get, stop. Wild animal? Stop. Quit being a wild animal. She can be such a menace. She's a Labrador Retriever, so she cannot help herself. It's like menace DNA. You are a potential member of the jury. That's what opinion matters. Yeah, all of us out here. And think about it, with those of you all out there, you know what's happening, and you have the ability to explain it. You have the ability to understand the papers. And what you're saying is true, that most of us, most average citizens, we don't quite get what's happening, but we know what's happening. We don't understand why it's happening, but it's happening. We know it's wrong. We know it's sticky. We can see it. We just don't know why. It's, we are the jury. And you're absolutely right. Like 9 times out of 10, the people that don't quite, they know it's sticky, but they don't know why. That's going to be the jury in most cases. Just like in the Reed case, the jury foreman, he didn't take notes because he was waiting on somebody to just say something he needed to take notes on. He could see right through things, and he wasn't versed, in legalese. He said so himself. He was trying to get out of it. He didn't even want to be a part of it. But he could see it for what it was. He could see how sticky it was. You could see that things were kind of gross on, that side, and he made his decision accordingly, and so did the others. And that kind of just, the average citizen. I don't know, like, this isn't a legalese channel. This isn't, like one of the fancy ones. You got all the cameras and the studio and everything. I'm just a lady with an art desk and an opinion, or what kind of almost counts as an opinion, sitting at my desk in my dog's bedroom. Like, I'm just not one of the big guys. I just have opinions on stuff. I just sometimes don't even know what my own opinions are. Like, at least until I get a few facts. And I know that when Queen Melanie said that Gilday is what she called him, Gildea, whatever he wants to be called, I'm respectful. When she said that he was in that lawsuit as a co-defendant with those guys, those red flags were everywhere. And it's just, how can he still be on the case? And I don't feel like enough people are talking about it. Like, I don't know. Like, are people afraid to talk about it? Are they not? I don't know. It's so weird. Well, I'm glad it is. And I'm sorry I'm trying to run down some of the stressful things out loud. Sometimes it helps to run things down out loud. Sometimes it helps to just let your brain kind of free thinking, or, like people free writing, but just let the words fall out, because I have a dinky tiny channel. How many people are actually listening? How many people will ever listen to me, of all people? And it's not like I'm influential or anything. I'm just a chick with some gel pens and some paint. And some graphite and some watercolors, some canvases. I know it doesn't, probably doesn't appear that I'm using different colors and doing these lines, but I actually am. They're just very close in color to one another. See if I can see if you can kind of tell that they're, yeah, you can kind of tell on camera they're different. They're very shiny. I actually make Christmas cards out of these things for my friends. I hand make all my gifts though, so. So I have a question. It's a legal question, and if nobody knows, okay, that's fine. So, what was that freaking obnoxious radio host named Alex Jones? He was ordered to pay like a bucket full of millions to those families because of what he said about them, because he denied them. So if J7, see, I told you my mind's all over the place, and I'm so sorry about that. If J7 is doing the Sandy Hook denial now, can those families potentially, I'm sure they know nothing about it, nor would I ever bring it to attention, but could those families potentially sue her for the same thing? Since she's like publicly putting that kind of thing out there, since she's blatantly, ugh. I mean, no matter how drunk she is, it's no excuse for saying it. That's the problem, is you know something bad's coming when the speech is slurring. But could they? You can only hide behind, I was just joking. You can only hide behind that so many times. I don't know. It's been a whole lot of sticky mess going on. Do y'all remember when Trial 1 was going on? Trial 1 and Trial 2. Everybody was kind. Mostly. I mean, there was like 1 or 2 people that were anti, that's it. There was hardly anybody that was out there being ridiculous. Everybody was so kind and getting along, sharing information, being there for each other, doing all the things. And then Trial 2 came along, and you had a lot of new people show up. Machado being one of them, by the way. Brand new to it. And things started changing a little bit. I doubt they'd find her saying it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, I totally get who's going to hear her. Like, nobody's going to bring it to their attention. It's just potentially, like, I don't know. I feel like they potentially could if they potentially heard it. But, like, in Trial 2, all the new people came in and kind of getting that slice of the pie. Okay, I get it. You know, you want to do it. This is your way of breaking in. Good for you. But then when Trial 2 ended, I don't know. It seemed like everything started crumbling. It was weird. it seemed like everything started crumbling into this weird heap of gross. People forgot somehow. They forgot that Aiden is the reason people were knowing what was going on. You went to Dedham? Oh, I wanted to. I wanted to be there so bad, and not in a macabre way. Like, I didn't want to be there just because it was a murder trial, and what have you. There was nothing macabre about my thinking. I wanted to be there because this was, from the outside looking in, this was historical, and it was. But it was amazingly historical to see these masses of people that they were all there for the same reason. They were all there to support one woman. One woman being railroaded by people that you could tell were crooked. You could tell they were sticky. You could tell something was wrong, but nothing was coming out. Nothing was being given. It was horrible. And people massed together for this one woman. And I kind of want to be one of the women there. And Kara says, I met some locals and went to Canton for a standout and then headed back into Boston for touristy things. Boston is good. And Rosalind says communities are comprised of a lot of people and ideals. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I get it. That is true. People do have different ideals. They have different moral compasses. But look at the massive amount of people that came together. It was beautiful. And then it just all fell apart. And it's weird because nothing was coming out. We weren't getting the information we should have had. The defense wasn't getting it. No one was getting it. And it feels like the more the information comes out, the more it proves the defense was right in everything it was saying. The more it proves Turtle Boy was right. The more it proves it, the more divided it becomes. And I don't know. And just like Gildea, you would think that he has to see that. There's no way he doesn't see it. There's no way he doesn't know. And yet it feels like he's participating in it still. It's all so strange. What is it, girl? Yes, girl. I feel like Machado taking a phone call. I'm so sorry, but I do talk to my dog all the time. She's my friend. Yes, you are. Good girl. And I am in her bedroom, so I gotta be respectful. Is this your room, girl? Yeah, this your room. Yes. Why don't you go on your bed? She has a whole couch in here. I don't know why. She's like on top of me. I wish I could have gone there. So I have to wonder how people even still live there. Like knowing what it is, knowing what their officials are doing. Oh. Well, bereavement is not, I'm so sorry. Whoever you have lost, I am so sorry. It is never That is never easy. Never. It's believe me, I know. It's an absolute nightmare. I'm literally the last of my line. Everyone is gone but me, so I do understand. Do understand bereavement. Oh, honey. It's hard when it's a parent. Step or not, that is a parent. It's so hard. I'm so sorry for your loss. Are you giving yourself some good self-care? You know, giving yourself some attention is important. Well, you know what? Retail therapy is therapy. So you enjoy doing that. It's good to take care of you. And yeah, I know how you feel. My parents are gone. Of course, my grandparents are gone. Um, my sister, gone years ago. She was 34 when she passed. Um, cousins, gone. They're all gone. So yeah, it's hard to feel like an orphan when you're older because you're just like, oh no. You feel silly saying it in the same breath. You feel so truthful. Oh, these are smudgy. And it's kind of one of those things like all those people doxing people on X and stuff. I'm like, why don't you just go after me? The only person you're going to get a hold of is me, and I'll let you insult me for a while. Leave everybody else alone. Oh no. You know what? Moms and daughters do fight sometimes. It's all going to work out for you. You'll go right back to right where you left off. I forgot to put that on Do Not Disturb. I'm so sorry for your losses. And, do what makes you happy, and the support you will be here. Yep, absolutely. That's a good thing. I gotta say, one of the best things about YouTube, I'm not gonna say it's the best thing about X. I'm really not. Like, it's a cesspool. I don't even know why I go there, but I do, and I can't help myself. But one of the great things about YouTube is that people can be so supportive, and even if they're not, even if they're trolling and saying all kinds of nasty things, whatever, for every one of those, there's going to be 10 people that are supportive. For every one meanie, there are 10 goodies. Like for every Machado, there are 10 Valhallas. For every 1 J7 or 10 bakers. Like, the baddies cannot win. They can't. It's literally, it's not possible. The baddies cannot win in this environment because there really are that many good people. And Kara says X is horrible. I will log in to check certain people and then I start scrolling. I have to make myself log out. Yes. Yep. Yep. I do the same thing. Like I follow certain people, that I kind of want to check in with, and I end up doom scrolling. It's so weird. And I don't know. I never used to be quite as into Twitter/X, but the Reed Trail brought all that out in us. Rosalind says it's funny. It is funny. Like, some of it's not so funny. Some of it is a little, eee. Like, I cannot believe this is allowed. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of it that's funny. I mean, have you been following the Kaylin and Will saga? It's amazing. It's freaking fantastic. Oh my gosh. First of all, I'm so happy for them. I love when people find happiness. And I love that she trolls the crap out of him. Like, that Kaylin trolls the crap out of him. It's so cute. Yeah, I love checking in on that. That whole mess. I love it. Will the Glarer. Yeah, he's got himself a lady friend. Oh, you don't follow Will? He's got himself a lady friend. Really pretty woman named Kaylin, and he's usually Captain Petty. Like, you can't troll him. She does. And it's beautiful. It's so funny. Just like, oh. She has all the embarrassing pictures. So cute. She's like, yeah, I'm totally showing us. Get over it. I love it. It's well deserved. Like, he's really been giving himself a break too. From his petty streaming and from doing all that. He's really been giving himself a break and focusing in on having a relationship. I think it's kind of cool. She trolls the shit out of him. She does. She's adorable. She's a sweet girl. Like, okay, I don't know her personally. She seems sweet. It's just so funny to watch. It is so funny to just, X kind of gives you a front row seat to watch a game that you're not quite sure how it's being played or what the rules are. It's just like, what on earth is happening? So you kind of get to watch a game being played that you really don't know the rules. You don't know exactly who the players are, but you get to see the photos. So I'm enjoying that part for sure. I do not enjoy spaces. I don't know, like, I've been in on some, and when people start screaming and talking over each other, I gotta get out. I'm like, woo, this turned into a junior high lunchroom. Time to go. So The spaces part is weird. I'm a bit then, just like with the court systems, I'm not completely familiar. I wouldn't even know how to start a spaces. That's how not familiar I am with doing it. But yeah, so sometimes watching people get trolled by people I love is just fun. It's just fun. Just good, clean fun. I hope these colors are staying cool enough. Ooh, we are going to Costco. Stop it. There's these people I watch in Alaska. They go to Costco all the time, by the way, there. When they are prepping for winter, Costco is a big deal to the homesteaders. Because they go there and they get like their supplies and stuff, the things they need. But they have to shop for like 9 months at a time. So they're not just going to it for a Costco trip to get like a month or two worth of paper towels. They shop for like 9 to 10 months worth of something because they only get like 2 months of summer. And they got to make the most of that. But yeah, it's Costco. They do like YouTube videos where they take you on a trip to Costco with them, and if I wonder if it's the same. Anyway, the Alaskan Costco's, it's pretty cool because like you see the side by sides, and they have like all the snow equipment and the flannels, and I imagine it's a little different. You watch a lot of the Alaska ones. I like Simply Living Alaska or Simple Living Alaska. Eric and Ariel. The Kermudge Inn. I like them. Flat Tire Farm. There's a couple of other ones. I love Flat Tire Farm. Oh, and another one is Homesteady. I like Homesteady. Which ones do you watch? Yeah, they get a lot of sun in the summer. Yes, Crystal and Reeve. I'm telling you, I will rewatch their videos so many times. I will catch myself watching a video of theirs from like 3 years ago. Love Crystal and Reeve. Yes, absolutely. Homesteady's a great channel. Like I am so glad they started that. And they went and got goats from Crystal and Reeve. Oh, well, have fun with the repairman. Hopefully he doesn't charge you an arm, leg, and any other limbs and appendages. I think they canceled their video this week. I could swear, like, don't quote me on it, but I could swear that they put a post on saying Crystal was a bit under the weather, so they weren't going to post today. Oh my God, when Reeve put that other goat in the front seat. I love how silly those two are. Like, they have an incredibly serious life. Like, this is survival. This isn't fun and games to them. Like, this is their life. And yet everything they do with such humor and really in love. Like, you can tell they're really into each other. I love it. And they're so funny together. And I love the take that's. They'll be like, take that eyeball or take that husband. I, I think that's greatness. There's there's one with a resort in Port Allsworth. Her name is Selena Allsworth, and her family has a resort in Port Allsworth where you can only fly in there. There are no roads, and that one is pretty cool too. You watch Selena? I love her. The crochet queen. There is a resort right now. I'm telling you, if I win the lottery, there is a resort right across from them. It's actually across Lake Clark, but I mean, it's across from them. An off grid resort for sale. It's a 14 bedroom resort. It has an airstrip, and everything. And it's like a 5-minute boat ride over to Port Allsworth, so you could at least get to your post office kind of thing. But yeah, it's across Lake Clark. It's quite wildernessy over there. It's even more wildernessy than Port Allsworth. At least has a store. Like across the lake they have nothing. But it's what's it called? It's called Stonewood. It's called Stonewood, and of course no roads because it's the same as anywhere out there in that wilderness. But they do have an airstrip. Stonewood has its own hangar. It has all that. But yeah, it's for sale for like $4 million or something like that. It's like, God, how cool would it be to have a resort out there? Hire some guides and just like live that Alaskan life. All this corruption down here would just disappear. Just disappear into the ether. My dog fell asleep. I think she fell asleep right at my feet. But yeah, did you see when they go to the food wagon, like that's open during the summer? The cost. Prices up there. I mean, the amount of soap and YouTube that Crystal and Reeve have to do to make it through the price at the Costco's up there. It's amazing. But I think he does like the beard balm and all that too. And they do the Willow Market. So that's good. But I would homestead up there. Oh no. really signal on our trip to the store. Oh, I love that green. These cool colors feel good for summer. Well, if you're losing signal, darling, then I'll just shut this down, and next time I'm on, you let me know what you're getting at Costco. Because I love Costco and I don't have one around here. Do we, baby? No, we don't. We don't have a Costco around here. No. Country fat. Anyway, you have a great time at Costco. Self-care. Do that self-care. And we'll talk to you another time. Bye-bye. This girl.